myself set up on my phone actually, so that we can do what I did last time and watch as a different channel, such as Van on the Moon, and be able to see what you guys are seeing. Oh, yep. This is like an inception. Wait, turn off that noise. Well, thanks for coming out to the live stream. We just did the episode premiere of the 23andMe Ethnicity reveal. I filmed 3 videos that morning because I filmed the one you just saw where I showed the ethnic percentage breakdown of my 23andMe spit test, and right after that I filmed the trait and health section of 23andMe, which I would say, based on how inaccurate the ancestry, health, and trait section was, I took all of that with a grain of salt. You'll see either next week or the week after that. But once I finished that, I filmed the side-by-side ancestry versus 23andMe showdown. And not to spoil it, but they were a little bit different. So, we can continue to question the accuracy of these things. I next will try another brand, and I'll just keep trying them until I run out, pretty much. I know some different brands are supposed to be more catered towards certain backgrounds. Like, I know they'll have more information on various things. Like, certain brands, like for Asian people, will go more in detail about that, whereas a lot of the more mainstream ones will like go really in depth. Like the ancestry one was telling me like exactly what group of colonizers some of my ancestors were like walking across the continent with. Let's see who we got in the chat this morning. We got Bob Cox, Kevin Mack, Saquon Barkley fan, that's a new name, welcome to the Mooners. We got David T, the moderator. People better act right or he'll boot you. We don't hesitate here. Mars, the OG Mooner. Jose Lopez, JJ. Also, I love seeing the little van emoji. The one that David T sent is actually from, oh my gosh. I just looked down to my phone and I see myself, but also a Venmo notification from Bruce Eternic, $100. Thank you so much, Bruce. You are the #1 sponsor. Okay, our message today is coming to you with support from Bruce Eternic. Super awesome. I'm so grateful. That actually pays for whatever spit test I get done next, because they are all around $100 each. They typically have sales. Like the one I just did for 23andMe was supposed to be $200, but I was able to get it for like $100. So I'll be shopping around later and using Bruce's sponsor donation to fuel next month's videos. I actually have a lot of content that's not rolled out yet. I have filmed so many videos that I've just yet to edit, like the 2 I just listed off that involve the 23andMe whole reveal. That's an ongoing thing. But also some van videos, which this week was a tough one. And I'm not gonna get too far into it, but basically last week I filmed the fuel filter replacement video where I just like MacGyvered the fuck out of it, and like it was not the right fuel filter, but I made it fit and made it work. And this week the van started having problems again, and I was already having, you could call it island fever, you could call it me just being really sick of all these psycho bitches I'm surrounded with, for lack of better terms. I've been very stir crazy. I'm ready to go. I want to start the road trip. I've been selling off all my stuff. I've been struggling mentally, but it's still being here. And then the van started having problems in the middle of a crisis. I'm like mid-crisis, and I'm saying to myself, like, what can I do to calm down? And I'm like, Eout Valley, favorite spot on island, hands down. I'm gonna go dunk myself in the river and be healed. I got to the gate of this place and the van stopped in its tracks. Like, the van just froze up, skirt, and I'm just like, this did not just happen. This did not just happen. Tried to start it up again. It's just turning endlessly. Nothing's catching. There was some like random uncles who tried to help out. Meanwhile, I don't have cell service there. It's out in the fucking jungle of the valley. There's not cell service. So I'm just like, fuck, man. And there's like these weird guys trying to help, and then there's girls coming to help, not with the van, but with the weird guys that were trying to help with the van, and I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? Finally, they're like throwing ideas out, and I'm like, I've literally tried that. They're like, oh, it just needs a jump, and I'm like, there is a battery tender on it right now. Like, the battery's not the problem, it's something else. And they're like, well, how can we help then? I'm like, let's try and push start this thing. That hasn't failed me yet. So I'm like, ready to pop the clutch and stuff. They're pushing me, and it started for like 30 seconds and died again. This time I was like on the main road, so now I'm blocking the road. And then some other people saw me stuck and pulled over, and then at least were able to like help me push the van out of the way of the road. And then I was stuck there for a couple hours and had cell service intermittently, you know. But during that time, as I was in my crisis, I did film a video where I announced that that would be the last episode of Van on the Moon. Which, in hindsight, was a bit dramatic. It was a little bit dramatic. It is not the last episode of Van on the Moon, and I'm debating if I should even post it, because it kind of goes against the whole premise of the Mooners and what it means to be a Mooner. So definitely a test from the universe. Not the end of the road, but close to it. I'm joking. I've been yapping for a while. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Mars wants to get adopted by Bruce. Bruce can just be the adoptive parents of the Mooner clan. Turned down. Bruce got enough of his own. Yeah, Bruce, I'm curious if you have kids that are like your, like, that you know, bloodline. He's wishing the Mooners nothing but peace and love. David D, if only everything in life was as reliable as a Volkswagen. I don't wish that on anyone. I hope that everyone's life is way more reliable than a Volkswagen, because it turns out these things are not that great for reliability, which I should have known when I bought it. In the back of my mind, I did know when I bought it, but they're so cute. It's all about the vibes. I didn't even think about the reliability. So here I am, side of the road, barely any cell service, broke down van, wondering if it's even a good idea to try the road trip in this thing. It's like, if we do the road trip in this van, it'll have to be with the acceptance that it will break down. Like, it's a given. So I will be pondering over that for the next month. Still continuing Van on the Moon. I've got videos to roll out and projects to do. Like, sometime this week I'm gonna try and replace the fuel pump and some other little electrical parts, but you know, really having to take it into consideration on whether this is the van to do the road trip in or not. All in all, it's time to do something, and I don't know if that is the best idea. Yeah, get it all sorted before you go. Anytime I get it sorted, something else breaks. So I'm gonna just keep on chasing. It's like, I'm just like chasing the unicorn of like it being done, and anytime I'm like in arm's reach of like it's finished, something else happens. It's so like, I don't know what to do about it, but other than keep running. Like Rainbows votes yes for the road trip. See, Rainbows, I need on the